streaming, and then things might suddenly magically happen. Hopefully, maybe you. Yeah. Anyway, what do you say in a moment? Maybe you'll think of me. Oh, I can't sing tonight. It's too low, that one, actually. When you go down into the other one, you've got to put it up. I don't know. My voice is weird. It's missing an octave. Anyway, hello everyone. I'm Iron Phoenix, and welcome back to the Hearts of Iron stream. As always, doing it on a Monday night because people seem to want to watch me play Hearts of Iron, and I don't really understand why. But hey ho. For the moment, the chill Monday stream will be Hearts of Iron. And then the Thursday stream will be whatever I feel like doing, if I feel like doing a stream on Thursday or Sunday. There's the 3 days I can do a stream, so yeah. And I've got some plans for videos coming as well at some point. But anyway, I've got to work. I've got to remember what we were doing. Well, fighting for our lives, certainly. Stuff is going on. We've got a war waging in. Oh, that's all now Joan. Right. Okay. Right. Fine. I suppose I should start getting divisions. I could get some motorized divisions. That would be good. Let's get a motorized division in Cornwall, I guess. I know one actually quite interesting fact about Cornwall. And statistics have shown this. Basically, Cornwall has quite a high amount of background radiation, and if you were to live in Cornwall for 70 years, and if you were to live in Fukushima for 70 years, you would actually receive the same dosage of radiation. The difference being that at Fukushima the radiation is slowly going down, whereas in Cornwall it's pretty much the same. Random fact about Cornwall. Also, it has some rather nasty fogs that kind of sweep in. And, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Missing equipment. What am I missing? I am missing a motorized... Oh, I know what I'm missing. I am missing the Austin K5. Let's make less... Let's make less Matildas and bump that up a bit, if I can. I think it's doing it. Maybe I need to do a little bit less on. Let's have a little bit less infantry equipment as well. Are you going to push through Italy? Italy's down there. It's a bit difficult for Britain to push through Italy when I'm up here and blocked off by the entirety of the German army. I have to go through Germany first. For some reason, people really want to see Britain invade Italy. You don't really need to, really. You just kind of wait for them to run away. Which should kind of put you in mind of what my humour is like about this sort of thing. Right, okay, so I have... Oh yeah, so that's all that I need to get... I need to get more fleets out here, don't I? I've got to get them out. Patrol English Channel. So we've now got destroyers in the English Channel. We've got this one. Let's just get them on the English Channel. I need this to be ours, basically. Naval supremacy is 58%. It's not really good enough. Hopefully the new ships will sort that out. Meanwhile, I really should not be on paused mode. That's probably why nothing was going on. Because I was still paused. We got better radar, excellent. It's 1939. Get more construction. And we're doing general rearmament. Okay. This is the problem going back to it after a week. Oh god, Soviet Union has just declared war on Finland. So for those of you that don't know, this is the Soviet Union, and this is Finland. Now logically, in this situation, Finland should lose, because the Red Army are huge and Finland are small, and so logically the Soviet Union really should have won that fight. However, they didn't. They performed atrociously, so badly in fact, that Hitler saw that that the Red Army was weak, and so he decided that now was a good time to invade, partly because Germany was starving, and the only way to feed the German army was to invade the Soviet Union and then strip it bare, basically, to feed the armies. And that really didn't work. So you have the two reasons why Germany decided, I know, let's attack the bear. Was it 5 million? I think it was something like 5 million Russian troops died in World War II. 5 million. Compared to Britain and Germany, who did, it was sort of like 500,000 apiece. And I just need to refresh that because of reasons. Right, well, let's, okay. Right, so that's all training. That is researching the Ark Royal. I would love to get an Ark Royal, actually. Aha, this is where Italy decides that they want to join Germany. So soon enough we will have the wonderful reversing tanks of the Italian army. Right, so yeah, 1939. What can we do? We can get the Crusader. Really nice tank, this. It was a very multi-purpose tank, very, very light, well armoured. A very good iteration actually from the Matilda. The benefit between the Crusader and the Matilda was, of course, the speed, the sheer speed of the Crusader. It was, so Finland and the Soviet Union have signed a white peace. Basically, Finland has decided that it's going to join. Yeah, didn't they? Hold on. I don't know. But anyway, they've declared peace. So we should soon start to see the war break out between the German Reich and with the Soviet Union. And I can put, yeah, let's put another naval yard into the T-class. I need to get some oil up as well, actually. Oh, 3 military factories. Oh, right. Let's get some more Hurricanes. 2 more Hurricanes out. Let's also get some refineries up. One in there, and then maybe one. Let's have Scotland. Scotland can be our refinery area. Insufficient resources, yeah, because I need to buy some more from. What? Let's buy a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. And okay, that's going on. That's going on. Oh, because I had a fleet out here, didn't I? They were just kind of sitting in the sea around Italy to protect France, Corsica. I think that was my excuse. If it wasn't my excuse, then it should be my excuse. They were out there to protect Corsica. Which is something the British do quite a lot, actually. Not protect Corsica. Recently there was a little debate. I say recently, a couple of years ago. There's a little debate with Spain over Gibraltar, because Gibraltar had put in a load of cinder blocks to try and help the fish supply, restocking the fish supply. Get that one. And so they sunk all these cinder blocks around Gibraltar, and the Spanish fishing boats complained because if they dropped the nets down onto the cinder blocks, because they like to fish so close to Gibraltar, that you could actually potentially sink fishing boats if the nets got caught in the cinder blocks. And it kind of reached a head, and you know what it's like. Spain believes that Gibraltar is theirs. Who really knows, anyway? It's been British for so long now that nobody really remembers who owned what. It's like Falkland Isles. Just check some things. But yeah, basically what happened was Spain started claiming that Gibraltar was theirs again, and so a nuclear submarine, just sort of popped up there and opened its, bay doors and just kind of sat out there saying, yeah, you really want to push it. We're not really a naval power anymore, but we do have a few sort of small vessels that have stupid amounts of firepower on them. Because sometimes that's all you can really do is with some of these countries, if they get sort of angsty about who owns what, just kind of remind them that actually the people there want to be British, so let them be. And you could kind of say the same about elements of the Ukraine and Georgia. Though, I mean, down in the Falklands, they've got no real reason to want to be part of Argentina, because they've been they've had so many issues with Argentina over the years that they've got no intention of wanting to leave Britain, because the alternative would be to be part of Argentina. So German interest in Scandinavia. Oh yes, they really did want to get up into Scandinavia to put all their ships. Right, so the German-Polish War is now the German-Danish War. And they've just declared war on Oh God. This war has got so complicated. Right, so Germany has now declared war on Norway, which are over here, and in order to get to Norway, they're going to have to go out of these ports along here. I need submarines. Do I have any? Ooh, hello. I have 2 submarines here. Fortunately, it's accompanied by. I want to take them out if I can. I want to split the fleet. Select that one, and I want the submarines to do some search and destroy. Is it search and destroy? Or convoy raid? Oh God. It must be search and destroy, and I want them to do it in the eastern North Sea. Now the Netherlands. Can I do diplomacy with the Netherlands and I want to. Oh God. They're not going to accept. Let's improve the relations with the Netherlands, because that would be quite a good landing spot. Otherwise, just hit them. I don't know, Dunkirk or Calais, I guess. Oh no, not Calais. It'd be Dunkirk or Normandy. Or Ghent, I think it is actually. That could be an option. Or hit them up here. That would be stupid because of yeah. Let's go straight across. I'm going to move them over here. Let's add them to there. Let's add them to there. And let's add them to there. Right, so we've got now got 12 units. And then I'll basically sort of come in at Ghent, I think, and then move into Antwerp and down into Brussels. I think that would be best because you get that and then you get the yeah. Right, so I've just got to wait for those to be in position and then I can do an invasion. A little bit early, but strike while the iron's hot and whilst they're sort of distracted by Hungary, possibly, or up here. They're doing things up here, so I think now's a good time to start to do a little invasion. And that's doing cryptological bomb. That's getting the Ark Royal up. Any moment now, that Ark Royal will be done. Right, so Ark Royal, which is the first proper sort of built for not destroyer, the other thing, the thing with planes on, carrier. I'm a Brit. We don't know what carriers are anymore, it seems. 1939. Let's get that. I keep on having to remind myself what year it is. Right, I think we're ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a naval invasion order over to... Oh, why not? Because there's a... Oh, yeah. So I go from... I come out from Dover, and then I attack Ghent. I mean, there are no units assigned to this order. Right, Inferium, yeah, so plan is considered to be an advantage. Oh, right. Requires naval supremacy along areas in the path. This is gained by air superiority, ships on missions. I should have ships on missions, theoretically. Where are all my ships? Oh, no. Okay. Control that. Go. Just go. Oh, we've got that one as well. Let's go Okay. Ooh, we got the Crusader. Ooh. Good tank this. Right, so that's my medium tank. Can't get the Cromwell's, Churchill's, Valentines for a while yet. All those. Do that. What do you mean there are no units assigned to this order? Naval invasion. There to there. There to... Oh god, where was I going to? There. Front line. Oh god. Naval invasion order. Right. I want you to go from there to there. And I'm not completely certain why it's not doing anything. Hold on. It's not a valid province for the invasion. Try this again. Go from there, which has a dock, naval invasion, and go over to there. Okay. It's not running the highlighted fronts. Oh, for goodness sake. It's ridiculous. In the past, when I did my invasion, I basically said, hey, I want this to go to here, and I'm being invaded by the Italians. Never mind. I'm actually being invaded by the Italians. Oh, great. Should be able to kick them out. After all, they are only Italians. Let's also get tactical bombers, close air support, where needed. I need more ship. I must need more ships. Well, you know, this is kind of why I did the patrol. I'll cancel. They're heading into repair. Okay. This is why I had the patrols, but I think they've evidently hit quite hard. This is... yeah. I didn't necessarily notice. This is more like the sort of game that I was expecting, though. Something that's a little bit more difficult. You do have these the enemy sort of invading you, rather than in a normal mode where you don't really have to do an awful lot to. Can I just delete that? The sea forts are doing well, though. Okay, let's get some more tanks. No, let's get more fighters. Push them back on into the sea. And what am I missing? CV naval bomber. I think that's the shark. CV naval bomber. I think it must be that one then. I would love to get start getting some tanks up. Construction. Send them down. Send them down as well. We've kicked the Italians off of the British Isles pretty much, and just got these guys down here to deal with. I've no idea what I... It might be that if you go onto the... Oh, no, naval supremacy 0%. Okay, that may be why I couldn't invade, but I had units out there. It was a bit weird, but oh well. We can sort this one out. I love it when you zoom in and you've got just all these planes everywhere. This is very much like Battle of Britain, which is when you had all the German planes coming in. It was pretty much like the last waves, as it were, the last ditch attempt to break Britain. And Hitler sent everything, and the sky was just full of bombers. And there was a Spitfire pilot who was up there. He exhausted all of his ammunition at this point, and pretty much exhausting ammunition was a case of just fly up next behind the bombers, so many of them, and just shoot. And yeah, so he was completely out of ammunition, and he had the option of returning to base, rearming, and then getting back out there. But you know, the sky's full of bombers. You've got fighters in the air. There's not really much. There's not really much certainty that you're actually going to be able to get back alive. and so he just aimed it roughly at the tail of Bomber, flew up behind it, and chopped the tail off this bomber, this German bomber. His aircraft is toast at this point, and it's crashing. So, and he's too low for him to parachute out, but he thinks, well, go for it anyway, and he jumps out the plane. He falls onto the roof of a house, slides down it, and falls into the water butt, and survives. It's these little stories that sort of come out of the war, these sort of last-ditch attempts. This, this is never going to work, but I'm going to try anyway. Sort of attitude. That's what I find really quite interesting about the war. It's not, as I said in previous videos, it's not actually about the battles that I find interesting. It's what people will do. And it's the stories that come out of it. What CV naval bomber? I don't know what the CV naval bomber is. I wish I could filter by missing equipment. That's a close air support. Get the shark up. It might just be that I need to do that. Dangerous naval invasion. Enemy is air superiority. I've got to sort that out as well. What can I do? If the army had a little bit more... Who's this? The air experience. If I got... Oh, right. If I go into production, if I go into build aircraft, I can click on this button and create a variant. Let's beef up the weapons, let's beef up the engine. Increase the range slightly. I'm basically going to do whatever I possibly can to make this... Right, save. Right, I should now be able to create that variant of the Hurricane. Mark 1. No, okay, Mark 1. So now that will be producing an upgraded variant of the Hurricane, theoretically, which might be a little bit better to try and get some air superiority back. Now I've got one submarine that I can send on a patrol. And can I build more anti-air? That would be the question. I've got maximum anti-air there. Do I need to change? No, I don't need to change how many factories I've got working on that. Ooh, and now we've got that. We're not 1940 yet. The fun stuff comes in 1940. Well, apart from the Sten, actually. Sten is quite an important evolution. But we get stuff like the Bren gun carrier. And then later the Universal Carrier. Separate vehicle. Very versatile vehicle. Most of what we're getting is aircraft. Search that. Boosting the factories is definitely a good thing, I think. Kingdom of Roman position. Oh god. Soviet Union has claimed... Oh right, so now the bear is pushing... God, where's Romania? Somewhere up here, isn't it? God, I can't remember. Oh, yeah, so it's here. Romania is here. So the bear is pushing down here. It is the bear, isn't it? Soviet Union. I think so. I don't think that's Canada. No, it's kind of just what, an elephant, isn't it? No, I'm fairly certain that it is the bear. I might have just been using the wrong terminology, but oh well. Right, how is... Naval supremacy is now 100%. Wait, is that... friendly ships... Yeah, so we can now, theoretically, invade. Control, click. Go. It's still saying there are no units assigned to this order. Naval invasion. Click there, click there. Naval invasion. That's what I want, isn't it? Landing at a naval base. 12 divisions will be assigned. Combat. Enemy has air superiority over. Oh god. Oh. Right. Okay. I think that's because I need to launch these planes and get them into air superiority mode. And also get and add a new air wing of interwar fighters. Just get them in the sky. They're not going to be great because they're, well, terrible. But hopefully we'll get some more air superiority in the sky. And we've got 3 military factories. Let's get another one of those. Wait, we're at war with Canada. Okay. Could have sworn they were friendly. Oh well. Each their own. Oh right, so these red areas. Okay. I'm learning about this game a little bit more now. So the green areas in the strategic air map mode I can see. Right, so I basically don't have air superiority at all, in the slightest. Now, if I was to build anti-aircraft guns into... Ooh, hello. If I did... in my motorized division, if I edit it, if I was to add a... oh, I can only do... mobile battalions. And it's 10 to add anti-air support. Okay, never mind. Oh, and I can modify my government. Political advisor. Tempted by this guy. Let's get him. Increase the speed of my military factories. Certainly something that's going to be needed at this point. I think we're reasonably okay. It's mainly over issues over the channel at the moment. So I need to build some ships. If I was to build Ark Royal, let's build 2 Ark Royals, and that will be done in 8 years at this rate. Okay, can I? Just watching my oil. Okay, so we'll have 1 built in a year. That's not too bad. For a ship. Considering it took, I think it was about 5 years to build the new carriers that don't have any aircraft on them. Oh, God. It's such a waste of money, these new carriers. Honestly, the British government have bought 2 brand new aircraft carriers that don't have any aircraft on them because the landing strips are too short and they're not set up with steam catapults to launch conventional aircraft. They are designed for vertical takeoff and landing, and it would have been absolutely fine had the government not then decided to initiate cost-cutting measures by proceeding to mothball all of the Harriers. So, brand new carriers and no planes to launch off them. It's ridiculous. Anti-air upgrade. Yes, definitely. We're getting so much anti-air. We're getting so much problems with aircraft at the moment. Woot. This is a good thing. It's not 1940 yet, so let's get. I'm tempted by the Crusader. Anti-air. Oh, let's get the anti-tank upgrades for the anti-tank guns. And there was something else that I wanted to... Oh yeah, because we've got the outdated equipment now, so we can now upgrade our artillery to the 25-pounders, and our equipment, of which we've got to upgrade 33,000 guns to the new equipment. Which I could really do with improving that, because I've got to do so many of them. Let's scale down the fighters. Actually, no. Let's not scale down the fighters. Let's scale down the Matildas, because I'm just putting a load in stockpile at the moment. And then add a couple more onto there, so we're doing 13 a day. It's not still not great, but apparently there's some resistance to occupation in Gambia. Okay. I'm not sure if I should be concerned about that or not. I think I should be more concerned about this mess that's going on here. Such as my complete inability to invade and my loss of air superiority again in the south of England. Oh, joy. It's a challenging game. I like challenging games. As long as they're not overly difficult. I have a problem with things being not particularly very well balanced. Like Fallout 4's survival mode. It's not very well balanced if you are fighting packs of ghouls, unfortunately. Improve ties with Asia, or yeah, naval. Just get all the things. Elections were held as usual. I'm not a dictatorship. People will vote for me. More free military factories. Oh, good God, that's got me loads. Some leap of military factories that I had available to me. Will make my units stronger. Yes, naval battles everywhere. Okay. Let's get another tank brigade up. Okay. Let's train another tank brigade in, I don't know, Greater London area. And I also want to see, can I edit my tank brigade to add in... Oh, I can indeed add a medium tank into that. Yes, save that. I will then need to throw in production of... Oh god, not production. Yes, God, which is production? That's the one. Of... Right, that's needed for reinforcement. That's being moved to reserves. Probably actually can that one. Yeah. Let's get the Crusaders up, and then that will be large ships on low strength. Can I get them to? Need them to get back to port, really. And how's my production going? Do I mean production? No, I mean construction. Right, so I've got 2 more military factories going up in Wales. That'll be done shortly. Naval bases need repairing. I've got another factory missing equipment. It really wants me to do the shark, doesn't it? Okay. So far so good. We're holding out. Got air superiority, we've got naval superiority. Apart from over the English Channel, where we don't have any superiority. Apart from naval, but that's only because we just sink all the ships that end up there. It's just a case of doing loads and loads of research. And preparing for another invasion. I think what I'm going to do at this point is just keep building units. We've got more units coming over. No, maybe not. Not yet. Building some more sea forts along there might be an idea. Actually, interesting thing about the sea forts at Portsmouth. Portsmouth has some sea forts, sort of between Portsmouth and the Isle of Wight. And these sea forts are not actually designed to protect Britain from the sea. They're designed to protect Portsmouth from the land. And so if Portsmouth was ever to be attacked from the land, the guns on the sea forts would fire over Portsmouth and hit the troops that are attacking. This is a rather interesting little fact about the Portsmouth sea forts even. There's also some estuary forts somewhere around the Thames estuary somewhere, which are really weird things. Can I do yes. Right. So, oh, fun things are happening now. This is proper, you know, the game. We are now definitely in a war now. Last couple of episodes have been very much, you know, just researching stuff. We're now in 1940 actually, so a load of stuff's now unlocked to be researched once we've got this lot done. I think there's some more armaments that can be done. I think we get. I think it's 1942 before we get some man-portable anti-tank weapons. Which is weird because Britain developed the Boys anti-tank rifle as a response to the armoured car and the tank, and in this game it's not actually available until 1942, and by then, by 1942, the Boys anti-tank rifle was useless. It was fine for sort of armoured cars, and maybe you could hit like a weak spot, like a eye slot or something, you know, a vision slot. But anything more than that, it was just a large caliber rifle, really. Pretty useless at that point. 1940 improved. Yeah, may as well. Infantry is going to be the thing that's going to win the war, after all. Artillery, or oh no, we should probably get the Spitfire. Suddenly you've got a very, very good fighter. Actually, do we have the Mosquito? I'm just gonna have a look. Mosquito. No. Oh yes, we do. 1944. We get the FB, which is an interceptor of some description. So the FB is the heavy fighter, and then the Mosquito B is the tactical bomber. We don't have the anti-submarine Mosquito, unfortunately. Yes, they made an anti-submarine Mosquito. Rockets were actually found to work almost like torpedoes in certain circumstances, where you could sort of almost bounce a rocket. and then sort of come up under the hull of a submarine and blow it out of the water. But the anti-submarine mosquitoes were fitted with a very large cannon on them, 56mm cannon. Which, you know, considering the cannon that being used at that point, is actually quite big. It's a big gun to be fitting on a wooden and fabric unarmed bomber with gravity feed. Alas, no cannon-armed mosquitoes for us. We've got to just deal with the tactical bombers. What was it? The heavy fighter and the tactical bomber. Which is what they were good for, actually. Very good aircraft for tactical bombing. And they have decided to invade infantry into a Matilda tank regiment and 3 infantry divisions. The battle isn't going particularly well for them down there. That was a little bit of a stupid move to attack Portsmouth with a single unit. And at this rate, I might even have to invade Italy, which will be interesting. Just to try and get them to stop fighting. I've never seen Italy be so aggressive. Check my things. Japan has now joined Germany, which means that America are finally coming into the war properly. Should be along any day now. Yeah, I'll do a non-aggression pact with China for now. I mean, you know, let's not mention Hong Kong. One of the plans for Hong Kong, actually, during the Cold War, was if China were going to invade Hong Kong, then the British would blow it up with nuclear weapons. Because that was the Cold War. If we can't have it, nobody can have it for the next few million years. Or few thousand years. Evacuation. Oh, sorry, not evacuation, excavation. It's 1940, so we should get 6-pounder or the Bofors. I'm going to do the Bofors because we're having so much trouble with getting air superiority at the moment. I think air is going to be more useful than anti-tank at the moment. I'm not really seeing any invasions by tanks. I'm mostly getting infantry invasions at the moment, which, although annoying, stick that on there. Let's give them a commander, William Platt. It's my second army. I'm going to leave them down in Cornwall, I think, because they seem to be hitting these areas so much that I think they might be sort of probing for weaknesses. And I would quite like to just have a response sort of team to kind of hit them as they invade, and then bring in more support as needed. I've got the manpower to potentially get in another. Let's get a tank brigade in Gloucestershire. Start spawning in Gloucestershire. And not getting their medium tanks because I'm doing. Oh god, yes, because all the others have got. Our medium tanks are. God, where are medium tanks? Yeah, I need 481 just to do the reinforcement. Great. And probably by the time I've reinforced them, they'll be obsolete anyway, and I'll have something else set up. Let's get fighter models. And computing time will, computing machine will increase research time anyway. Technically, I've done my hour now of this. I'll go till 9 o'clock. I started a little bit earlier. So, as the stream's apparently actually doing quite well today, they must have fixed something. Maybe next week we'll actually invade and push forwards. Try and take back some of France, just so that we've got less of Italy sort of coming over. I'm tempted by radar, but I'm tempted also by just of general equipment. Get the, is it the Centaur, which is the, no, that's the SPG, that's the anti-aircraft, Cavalier, tank destroyer. That might be an idea. Also, I think I can get a, I probably want something to do with fighters. Get some Supermarine in. You know what? I think I'm going to end this video here. We're doing all right. The war has certainly hit the world at this point. Everybody is fighting everybody else, and Britain is doing surprisingly well, which is strange. I mean, it's well placed, I suspect. I'm going to be getting some radar up, some more radar up shortly, so that will expand our sort of knowledge of the area. And but yeah, I think I'm going to end this video here. So those of you that watched it, thank you very much for watching. Those of you who are yet to watch it, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.